We're building a tiny home micro camper from scratch. For the power bank, we're using two 200 amp hour lithium batteries from LiTime, which we're connecting in parallel to make a total of 400 amp hours of 12 volt energy. We used 2-gauge wire to run from the positive side of the battery to the shutoff switch, then connected the shutoff switch to a bus bar. The inverter, fuse panel, and solar controller will all be hooked up to the bus bar, and we'll add a breaker in between them for protection. Once I finished connecting all the wires to the fuse panel, I installed all the fuses. I then had to connect the battery monitor that we also got from LiTime, so we installed the shunt that it came with and connected it to the negative side of the battery. Then connected the other end of the shunt to the bus bar. But the next step was to install the 2000 watt pure sine wave inverter that we got from LiTime, and the reason we're using LiTime products for this electrical build is because they make high quality components at a reasonable price. We connected the inverter to a breaker, and the breaker to the bus bar. Then ran the negative wire from the inverter to the negative bus bar. Made sure everything was nice and tight, then turn the inverter on to make sure it works. The next step was to install the solar wires to the solar controller. So we stripped the wires and crimped ferrules onto the ends of them, then connected them to the solar controller. We're installing a 200 watt solar panel into this camper, so we're using a 60 amp MPPT solar controller from LiTime. And I know it's a little bit of overkill, but we did this on purpose so whoever buys the camper has the option to add another solar panel in the future.